Steve Pierce in for Natasha. Jetty's going to have a workout, isn't he, this weekend up there on the mountain?
Well, I tell you guys, that any animal that loves snow, including humans, I guess, boy, really going to see a lot of snow in the mountains this weekend, especially overnight tonight and into tomorrow and even into Sunday morning as well. Same thing we had last weekend up in the mountains. We're going to get more of it right now. In fact, it's snowing again in the Dalles right now. Now, not below freezing down at river level, but about 36 degrees. That's cold enough with the air mass we have over us for snow. That'll pick up this evening throughout the gorge. So if you're driving eastbound on I-84 into or out of the Columbia River Gorge, the snow will be picking up tonight down to the water level there at the Columbia River. 41 degrees here, lots of rain in the Portland metro area now. It's a cloudy, dreary Friday. I don't want to get ahead of myself there. Humidity 86%. Notice that winds east-southeast to 14 miles per hour as that system continues to push in on radar. We're pulling cold air out of the Columbia River Gorge. It's over in central and eastern Washington. And that will continue overnight tonight. I don't expect any snow in the Portland metro area. That's going to stay off the valley floor this weekend, but it will lower as we get into tomorrow night, though. About a quarter of an inch in Portland, quarter inch in Vancouver, half inch in Astoria, so lighter amounts in the valley and then also in the Columbia River Gorge there. All right, today's highs, I want to talk about this real quick. Portland and Vancouver both at 42. Now, normal is 48. 40s along the coast, 30s on the central and east side. But look at this. When we look back at the last 10 days or so, average is 48. You can barely see the line there, but we have been below average all but one day since late November. So a very cool start. We're about 4 degrees below normal so far in the month of December, after about 3.5 degrees cooler for the entire month of November as well. Now, these bases are really going to climb. This was as of about noon today. We'll get another report tomorrow morning. 60 inches, about 5 feet at Timberline. Meadows around 5 feet as well. Ski Bowl pushing their totals up now, and a lot of fresh powder there. We're going to pick up at least another foot or two coming up overnight tonight. So weather headlines, we'll call it soggy and breezy conditions tonight and Saturday. Heavy mountain snow. We got the winter storm warning up for that. I'll show that in just a second. And then we're tracking some dry and colder weather next week. That could have the potential to be the coldest weather we've seen yet this fall, still fall, coming up. Okay, let's talk about this. Lot to talk about here. Coastal flood advisory until 4 o'clock on Saturday. Northern Oregon coast, southern Washington coast. Winter weather advisory in the purples in southwest Washington. That includes the Columbia River Gorge, maybe 4 to 8 inches of snow there. And then we've got more to talk about. The pinks, of course, are the winter storm warning. That's up until noon on Saturday for the mountains and the Cascades. And we've also got a wind advisory over there in northeast Portland, or northeast Oregon for Gillum, Morrow, Umatilla, and Wheeler County as well. Snowfall is really going to pick up on Mount Hood. It's already happening right now, and it's going to continue overnight tonight. About 16, maybe 24 inches up there by tomorrow morning. And notice the snowfall level forecast. Here's Government Camp, 4,000 feet, all the way through the weekend and into early next week. We're going to keep those snowfall levels at or below the passes. That east wind's also going to continue across the metro area overnight tonight before it finally turns southerly tomorrow afternoon. So that'll keep those temperatures cool if you're going out tonight. Temperatures in the upper 30s. Futurecast, you see that next front push through. I am keeping an eye on some of that moisture there on Sunday as it wraps back around the backside of the low that goes into California. Could bring some snow down to some lower elevations tomorrow night and into Sunday, but we'll get a closer look at that as we get a little closer. Okay, so showers tomorrow on your Saturday, 48. We'll go Sunday drying out, 45, and then we begin to cool down on Monday and Tuesday, lower 40s. And as we get to the end of next week, keeping our eye on some of the coldest weather yet with temperatures in the 30s and overnight lows, guys, down into the 20s and some wind sheltered areas could be in the teens by mid next week.
Is that typical for this time of year?
Yeah, it can happen. Yeah, we just haven't had it yet, but
Right.
it is December, so, you know, all things compared, that's not that out of the normal. We'll see, though. No precipitation. I don't see anything in the form of snow yet, but that could change as we get to later next week.
Four-letter S word.
Just-
Yeah.
Just as Santa's getting ready to arrive.
Exactly. Yes.
Hey,
Thanks.
coming up, what it means